As a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie, Yooka-Laylee really does capture the cheeky personality of its predecessor. It doesn't introduce many new ideas, but it does rework the existing formula, creating a more open and far less linear version of the N64 Collectathon. Ultimately, though, bloated levels and a largely uncooperative camera keep Yooka-Laylee from being more than just a nostalgia trip. The adventure begins when corporate president Capital B steals Yooka and Laylee's golden pages, so of course you have to enter his building to get them back. That hub area, Hivory Towers, splits into 5 themed worlds, though the themes aren't terribly original for Banjo games or games in general. And like in Banjo, you have a variety of collectibles to find wherever you go, from pages to currency like quills to power-ups. Yooka-Laylee is about finding collectibles first and foremost, and platforming takes somewhat of a backseat. There is more than one pagey unlocked by playing a round of golf, several found by completing races, and many hidden behind simple memory puzzles, to name a few. That's actually a good thing because the camera is often very uncooperative. It locks into place at seemingly random points and even swings wildly in tough spots, making the platforming challenges that are there terribly frustrating and time-consuming. When most of your time goes toward the collectibles that are the least fun to get, that's a problem. Once I unlocked the ability to fly for limited periods of time, I started cheating completely to get around platforming I didn't want to do. I most consistently enjoyed the hub world, where the power-up collectibles are hidden in clever spots and the pages are locked behind challenging puzzles that make good use of Yooka-Laylee's moveset and strategies you pick up in the actual worlds. Of course, the fact that the hub area stands out isn't a good thing for the rest of Yooka-Laylee. Each of the levels can be expanded once, which is a new take on the formula, and you can visit each of them in pretty much any order you want. That open structure makes for a steady pace since you don't have to stay stuck on a pagey or puzzle. You can move on to another world where you might learn a move or strategy that will help you elsewhere. That also makes returning to a world you've already visited more rewarding. When you found 20 of the 25 pages in a world and were sure there was nothing else you could possibly do to find the rest, coming back to that area with fresh eyes and new abilities under your belt and seeing what you didn't before is its own special kind of achievement. The other update to the Banjo formula, being able to expand worlds, is less successful. Each of the base worlds is clearly incomplete, but expanding them doesn't necessarily improve them. Because most of them have additions in multiple areas and directions, their layouts are hard to follow, and it can be tedious just to figure out where you haven't been yet. The snow level in particular is broken up into a bunch of areas that connect in bizarre ways, and even after several hours exploring it, I'm not entirely sure which caves connect to which parts. 20 hours of hunting collectibles and fighting simple bosses later, I had found the bare minimum amount of pages to move on to the end of the game, and couldn't justify finding any more than that. The ones I had left were not worth either the time it would take or the frustration I'd have to endure to get them. I stayed as long as I did because of my own nostalgia. Although there aren't references outright, Yooka-Laylee has plenty of Banjo parallels. The lizard and bat duo are nearly identical in personality to Banjo and Kazooie, with Laylee making the majority of the snarky comments and Yooka being the voice of reason. On top of that, the collectibles and moves are very similar in function to their counterparts in the Banjo games, and the music features many of the same familiar motifs. But Yooka-Laylee also lacks new ideas, and the twists it introduces aren't entirely successful. Ultimately, Yooka-Laylee's best and worst aspects come directly from its predecessor. If you're looking for a faithful return to the Banjo-Kazooie formula, Yooka-Laylee certainly delivers. From the font to the menus to the music, it's worthy of the title of spiritual successor. But despite attempts at modernizing the formula, its style of gameplay is still outdated, and it doesn't stay challenging or interesting for long because of it.